Hello and welcome to this video on using ferns as an accent plant for bonsai. We broadly described the purpose of accent plants with bonsai some time back, but would like to now provide detail on a particular group of plants that can be very useful and produce a lot of impact for something so small. Ferns are a great option if you want something that will tolerate a little bit of mishandling but still look good. There are over 12,000 species, and there is likely to be something that can be made to work with your surroundings and trees. There is a reason they have lived for over 300 million years, and it is not weakness. Most ferns prefer a shady location, but they don't do well in deep shade. They need dappled shade, such as you'd find under tree branches in a rainforest. This, plus a degree of humidity and moisture, provide the best conditions. Think about how they grow in a forest and try and find similar conditions in your yard. Nearly all ferns prefer a soil that is moist and well draining, similar to most bonsai. Most do best in slightly acidic, if not neutral, soil, with a pH between 4 and 7. There are, of course, always going to be exceptions, and we will discuss one here called the Maidenhair Fern, which prefers alkaline soil. Your fern should be regularly watered during periods that are dry. You do not want to let its soil become entirely dry, and you should try and mulch it if possible. Accent plants generally aren't conducive to this, and so you need to find alternatives. This is all the more important when you are growing them indoors. Most ferns like a humid environment. They also tolerate a fairly wide range of temperatures. Obviously, nothing as low as freezing or what you'd find in a desert, but still, there is quite a wide range. Although it's not essential, you can use fertilizers with your ferns. Try not to overdo it, as you can quite easily cause damage. You are better off using a slow release solid fertilizer than you are a liquid. When using ferns within your house as a plant or as an accent plant for bonsai, choose tropical species. The reason you choose these rather than your standard ferns is that they will grow better in a rich medium, such as what you would use for a bonsai tree. Second to that, they are better suited towards repotting. With ferns that you will use for accent plants, you want to let them become a little crowded before you begin to repot. This contrasts with regular ferns that will often be divided and repotted before they become crowded. As a rule, ferns will work well for this, but they can't be kept indoors unless you care for them in particular ways. The humidity inside a house is too low for them in most cases. This is all the more true in winter when heating causes the humidity to drop. There are a few ways to overcome the issue of humidity. The simplest is to mist the plant on a regular basis. The downside to that is that it is labor and time intensive. The second is the same trick used for keeping bonsai in a high humidity area. Fill a tray with gravel, pebbles, and possibly some sand. Fill this container with water to the top of the gravel. Put your fern on top of it, and the water will vaporize off and add humidity around the plant itself. The fern may also put roots down and into the water. One option for using ferns as an accent plant is something known as the maidenhead family. It is a fairly resilient species that produces trailing fronds with small leaves. Given the correct light, the soil, and everything else, it will survive incredibly well and produce impressive results. The catch to this is the soil must remain moist at all times. You must constantly be aware of this consideration and try and manage it. You'll find that if you lift the pot that it's in and the soil is not moist, it will feel far too light. Instantly try to water it if you can, or as soon as possible thereafter. If the pot ever goes beyond half dry, you're likely to have at least temporarily damaged your fern beyond recovery. You'll need to water it, soaking it ideally, and leave it be in bright light sunlight for a time. Make sure you remove any of the dead fronds that have appeared before moving it into sunlight. This means the plant won't waste time and energy trying to recover what has been lost. Over the months that follow, you'll find that new foliage may emerge. The second option is called the rabbit or hare's foot fern. It's so named for the furry rhizomes that creep over the side of the plant's pot and somewhat resemble the foot of the animals. In order to grow this, you need to choose a pot that is twice the size of the selected plant. Using it as an accent plant is a little different. You should try and reduce the root ball to about half of its current size and plant it back into a pot that is the same as the current size pot. This will be a little difficult as ferns can sometimes be temperamental about having their roots trimmed. Try and keep it in a shaded spot in a greenhouse or similar area where to be protected from direct sunlight but get high humidity. Make sure to use a high quality potting mix for this. If you don't give it that nutrition, it won't recover and it does not matter how small you make the root ball. Make sure that you are freeing up the roots and placing them around the potting mix when you put it into the new pot. Ferns are very reliable. They don't tend to have very many issues, but there are some common problems. The most common are that the fronds become yellow, if not brown, but the rest of it is okay. You want to see if you're keeping it in an area where the air is too dry, the temperature is too hot or not hot enough, or the humidity levels are wrong. The air temperature should be obvious too. The changes in temperature may not be so obvious if it's an overnight decrease. If the temperature is too high or too low, you will find the plant becomes damaged, and you'll need to find somewhere else to keep it. Ideally, you will be storing it in the same area as your bonsai trees, which should be safe. Humidity levels are a little more difficult to maintain, and they will take some troubleshooting. The second common issue are pale fronds, or the plant not growing. This is a very simple problem. There's not enough nutrition available. It can be solved through the use of a liquid fertilizer temporarily, but you will need to look at either repotting the plant or changing the potting media you use. Finally, limp fronds. Strangely enough, this is probably caused by overcaring for your fern by using too much water. As with bonsai, overcaring for your plant could be what kills it or causes harm, and in this case, overwatering is exactly that. The other possible option is damage from the cold. To get the best possible results from your fern, do what you would with a bonsai and soak the pot once a month to make sure the potting mix is hydrated thoroughly. Place it into water, wait until all the bubbles stop coming to the surface, take it out of the water and let it drain freely. That will be enough to ensure the soil is thoroughly moistened. Occasionally you'll find that ferns become quite dirty. Mostly this is dust, although occasionally it can be pests. This can be cleaned up with either a very soft brush or washing it down with a hose. Either of these will be more than enough, and you don't need to do anything more complicated. If you were to try anything more advanced, you might actually damage the fern, either through damaging various chemicals it needs on the surface, or possibly through poisoning it. The final possible way is to use an aerating head on any watering system you have. This will give the plants a misting each day, and that gentle spray of water will help prevent it from drying out. What we've described are just two possible ferns that could be grown as an accent plant. They're both reasonably foolproof and won't die easily. As long as you take a little bit of care, monitor them every now and then, and clean up along the way, you'll find that they should survive extremely well. Thank you for watching this video. If you have found it interesting or useful, consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. Please post any comments, questions, or suggestions below.